Good morning. We are going to take notes on lesson 2-7. So you need to pause the video right now and pull out these notes. 2-7, tax, discount, and percent of change. All right, now that you have your notes, we are only going to do the top third of these notes today. We're just going to do percent of change. And then we'll save these notes for tomorrow. Okay, so percent of change. So I've got a story. My story goes like this. If Madison were to start earning $5 more from her chores, the things that she has to do around the house, if she were to earn $5 more, she would be ecstatic. It would be awesome. It would be amazing. She wouldn't know what to do with herself. If I got a raise from Sister Anna Joseph for $5 more, I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's just $5 more. So percent of change is similar to that. Percentagely, $5 is a big deal to Madison, but percentagely, $5 is not that big a deal to me. I mean, money's money, but it's not that big. And I started thinking about a Bible story. So I'm so proud of myself. I remembered the story. So this comes from Mark 12, chapter 12, verses 41 through 44. So Jesus is observing people as they place their contributions into the offering boxes. He's at the temple, and there's a whole bunch of wealthy individuals that are donating large amounts of money. And so it says, he sat down opposite the treasury and observed how the crowd put money into the treasury. Many rich people put in large sums. A poor widow also came and put in 2 small coins worth a few cents. Calling his disciples to himself, he said to them, "Amen, I say to you, this poor widow put in more than all the other contributors to the treasury. For they have all contributed from their surplus wealth, but she, from her poverty, has contributed all she had, her whole livelihood." So I think this two coins out of 2 is a whole lot more than 2 coins out of a lot of coins. Like, we don't know the wealthy people, but this fraction has a greater value than this fraction. So percentagely, they're different. The amount is 2, like if she gave in 2 and somebody else gave 2, but this 2 means so much more because it's a bigger percentage. It's all she had. I mean, it's 100% of everything she had. She was donating. Okay, so let's look at our notes again. So to find percent of change, 3 easy steps. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot to tell you. It is, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to say it. It is okay with me if you want to pause the video and you want to go get a calculator. Maybe you've already seen some people walking over to the wall. You can get a calculator. You can use the calculator on your iPad. Okay, so 3 easy steps. 3 easy steps to find percent of change. Percentagely, how much did something change? Okay, those steps are as follows. Pick up your pencil, subtract, divide, and hop. Subtract, divide, and hop. Subtract, divide, and hop. We would have done this last year, so hopefully there's some memory there and you are remembering, oh yeah, this sounds familiar. Subtract, divide, and hop. Okay, it doesn't really matter how you subtract. If you get a negative number, just ignore the negative. Okay, just subtract the 2 numbers. Division, however, is important. You want to divide by the first number or original number. Sometimes you think of it as the like original price of something, like how much it started off. So we want to divide by the first number, or we want to divide by the original number. So if I see a mistake that students make, it's picking the wrong number to divide by. All right, hopping. If you don't want to hop, the other option you have is, since you've already got your calculator out, you could divide by 100. Nope, times by 100. Sorry, multiply by 100, because that hops the decimal 2 places to the right, 2 zeros, 2 places to the right, because we want a percent. Percent, you hop to the right. Okay, so write this down. Example 1. If I go from 7 to 8. So maybe something was, we had 7 students in our class and now we have 8. So we've increased by 1 student. But we want to know percentagely how much did we increase. So step 1 is to subtract. I'm going to do 8 minus 7. Then we're going to divide by the first number. So 7 comes first. 7 is where we started off. So I'm dividing by 7. In your calculator, you're going to read this left to right. 1 divided by 7. You're going to punch buttons that say 1 divided by 7. Okay, I'm going to get my calculator out and I'm going to punch some buttons. 1 divided by 7. I knew this decimal. Okay, so this decimal is 0.1428 blah, 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 blah. Take your calculator and hit times 100, or just in your head, move this decimal 2 places to the right. And since it didn't end, I feel like we should round, so 14.3%. And it went up. I don't remember if the book directions want you to say increase or decrease, but it's not a bad thing to add. So 7 to 8, we had a 14% increase in our class size. If we had 7 students and now we have 8. Okay, let's do example 2. We're going to go 8 down to 7. 8 down to 7. Step 1 is to subtract. 8 minus 7 is 1. Step 2 says divide. This time 8 is the first number. 8 is the original number. 8 is where we started off. Okay, punch some buttons. 1 divided by 8 is 0.125. Now we're going to hop and say 12.5. Don't forget your percent sign because we're finding percent of change. If we had 8 students and we dropped to 7, we have a decrease of 12.5%. A decrease of 12.5%. Okay, let's do another example. Example 3 is going to be 28 to 47. 28 to 47. Subtract. I'm going to put 47 minus 28 in my calculator. I get 19. Divide by the first number, which is 28. Hop 2 times. And this one's pretty yucky, so we better round. I'm going to go 67.9%, and it went up. It went from 28 up to 47. Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions now on Edpuzzle, and so you either need to pull out your dry erase board, or you could use the back of, like, let's say the 2-6 notes, or you could flip this over and do the back of the 2-7 notes. But I'm going to ask you to find percent of change. The video will pause. It'll let you type the answer in, and then we'll talk about what the correct answer was. 40 to 31. 40 to 31. Subtract, divide, and hop. Subtract, divide, and hop. The video will pause and you're going to type in the answer that you think it is. Don't forget your percent sign. And since you're typing it in, let's leave the arrow off. You can't really do the arrows, so just tell me the percent. And let's round to the tenths if it's yucky. All right, so we're going to subtract and get 9. We're going to divide by the first number in the question. It's not very yucky. It's 0.225. We're going to hop and say 22.5 with a percent sign. All right, let's try question 2. Question 2 is going to be 74 to 15. 74 to 15. Type in your answer. All right, when I subtract, I get 59. I'm going to divide by 74. I get a gross yucky number. I'm going to hop, and it's going to become 79.7%. 79.7%. Okay, question 3. Let's go 23 to 49. All right, when I subtract, I get 26 divided by the first number, which is 23. That gives me this decimal. Now I'm going to round, or hop, sorry, I'm going to hop, and I get 113.0% because the 4 doesn't make the 0 go up, so 113%. All right, last question, and then you can start your homework. Question 4 is going to be 99 to 97. All right, so when I subtract, I get 2. And I'm going to divide by 99 because it's the first number. I get the decimal 0.02 repeating. I'm going to hop, and it's going to be 2%. All right, you are done with the video. You can keep your calculator, you can work on your homework, and put the calculators back on the wall before you leave. Have a great day.